So hey you guys, I think I told some of you that I was going to put together a video so we could look at how to form and shape this dough into the different loaves that we made. Some of you expressed that once you got home and you tried to do it and you couldn't remember quite how it was done, and at least this video is a place you can come back and look whenever you want to. And I think that I told you all that I have gone online and looked at a lot of videos, and it really helped me hone my craft. So hopefully this will be helpful for you. So I went ahead and I put my dough out here I got my dough out on the board, and I'm just going to show you a couple of things that we can do with it. Remember I told you guys we always have to start with the boule. So I'm just going to cut some dough off here. This is going to be a smaller one, but you see all the flour I have in here. Remember, you don't want to work too much flour into your dough. It's not bad. You just, as best as you can, try not to add flour to it. And I picked it up, remember, you just lay it in your hands. I'm not gripping it, I'm not squeezing it. I'm just going to fold it over, and I'm going to turn it, and I'm going to fold it over until I get all of this sides up into the middle, all of the rough stuff. Now on the bottom, what I want to do is I want to stretch this dough into a ball so that this will be the top when we're done, that this is nice and smooth. And the quicker you work with it, the less it will stick to you. So I'm gonna go kind of slow, but I'm just trying not to put too much flour into it. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna squeeze it up into the middle, and on my left hand I'm pushing. You see, I'm stretching this dough into a ball. I'm gonna turn it, and I'm gonna get me some more flour. I'm just gonna, and if you keep it light in your hand, it won't stick to you so much. I'm just stretching, and I'm pushing it all to the center so I get this nice smooth back. Then when you're done, you just set it down. And you draw it up into the purse string like we talked about and give it some pinches. See what we did there? I'm going to flip it over and give it a couple of spins so that it's sealed on the bottom. And that way we won't have those blowouts that we talked about. And then you just put it onto your paper. So there we go. Now if I wanted to do the baguette, you always start out this way, you guys, but that when you get to the point where you're going to do the purse string, let's do another one here. Let's set this over here. Again, I'm holding it in my palms. I'm not squeezing it. I'm just folding it together. I'm folding it up. And now I'm going to start shaping it into the boule. You always got to do this. You can feel the stretch happening, and you can feel that when it's coming together really nicely. Now, to do baguette, I'm just going to set it down. My fingers are still in the middle, and I'm just going to take this and pinch this closed this way. Just like that. And then I'm going to flip it around a couple of times, get a little bit of flour on there. You need a little bit more flour when you're working with the baguettes and the wheat stalks because it's going to stick to you more. You're working with it more. So now I'm just going to pick it up. Remember, we were letting gravity help us make our length. And I'm just squeezing to get my length going. And then it helps sometimes too if you let it, once it's been sitting out of the bucket for a little bit, you let it rest on the counter for 10 minutes and it'll work with you a little bit easier. It won't be so resistant to stretching. And remember, we're not sliding our hands, we're just squeezing and pulling. Because if you slide your hands, you get that rough exterior that you don't want. So I'm just turning it, and I'm squeezing and pulling. Again, you can pick it up and let gravity help you if you want. Anywhere you see it bulging is where you want to work with it. You can roll it a little bit if you want to. We're almost to the size that we would want for a baguette or the wheat stalk. Okay, so if you're going to make a baguette, you would just leave it like this to rest for the 20 minutes or so, and then you would score it also before you put it in the oven. And if you're going to do the wheat stalk, remember, you want to dust it with the flour. You don't need to be afraid of how much flour you put on there because it's sitting on the top, and this is going to help our tools slide easier. So for the wheat stalk, we start at the end, and remember, hold your scissors real flat like this. I'm just going to snip all the way through and just lay that over. I'm not grabbing it, I'm not pulling it, I'm just helping it over like this. You just snip, and you see I'll get the scissors down to the bottom, but not all the way through, of course, because then you would have breaks in your wheat stalk when you're done. But again, you just snip and move it over. I'm not pulling, I'm just gently guiding. Then the end, you just pull it up till it looks right to you, and voila! So that's it, you guys. If you have any questions, you can always call me. Hopefully this video is helpful and you can turn it on whenever you need it. See you in class.